Martin Odegaard spotted in the Arsenal training ground. Has Arsenal's pursuit of the Norwegian international captain Martin Odegaard come to an end? And has he today signed his Arsenal contract? We will also find out what Fabrizio Romano has confirmed on the transfer of Aaron Ramsdale. And could Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang be back for Arsenal's game against Chelsea? Let's find out in today's episode of The Transfers FC. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. 2 confirmed transfers are on their way. So as per, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video. And while you are down there, please do consider subscribing to your boys channel, because we are on the road to the big old 60,000 subscribers, less than 5,000 away. You love to see it. They're getting into the Arsenal transfer news and starting off with Martin Odegaard, who is on his way back to the Emirates Stadium. This is basically confirmed yesterday by Mr. Here We Go, Fabrizio Romano. And today my man has been spotted at the Arsenal training ground. And as you can see via this picture of Martin Odegaard at the Arsenal training ground today, as he fulfills his Arsenal media duties. And Arsenal are lining up a tasty announcement video, they better be, for the return of the Norwegian international captain and playmaker. Even Chris Wheatley has confirmed that Martin Odegaard has passed his Arsenal medical, but is unlikely to play against Chelsea, as he's currently waiting for a visa to be granted. So Ødegaard has passed his Arsenal medical and is technically fit to play for Arsenal, but unfortunately with the new Brexit rules, Ødegaard has to get a visa before he can play for Arsenal officially. But mi amigos, there is no need to worry, because Ødegaard will be able to sort that out very soon. Unfortunately though, as it stands, it seems unlikely that he's going to play against Chelsea, as for him to be available, he needs to be registered on Friday by 12 PM at the latest. And Chris Wheatley has also confirmed that Martin Odegaard will sign a 5-year contract with an option for a further year at Arsenal, and at 22 years of age, even after that 5-year contract, Ødegaard is still only going to be 27, entering his peak years. And so fingers crossed, if things go to plan, Ødegaard could be a long-term Arsenal player. But as things stands, Arsenal have done all they can do, and I do expect an Ødegaard official announcement tomorrow. But what's your own thoughts on Martin Odegaard, and what are your realistic expectations of the playmaker this season? Comment down below a goals and assists target for Ødegaard this season. Fabrizio Romano also says confirmed total agreement reached between Arsenal and Sheffield United after last bid for Aaron Ramsdale, and he will be the new Arsenal goalkeeper. Ramsdale has also agreed personal terms with Arsenal, confirmed as per David Ornstein today. Mr. Here We Go has given us another Here We Go on Aaron Ramsdale as per the reliable, the goated David Ornstein. And now we can say it more than ever, Aaron Ramsdale is going to be a player for Arsenal Football Club. Even Sky Sports News say breaking Aaron Ramsdale is having his Arsenal medical ahead of completing his move from Sheffield United, and this of course was at the same time as Martin Odegaard. And could we potentially see a double announcement tomorrow of Odegaard and Aaron Ramsdale at the same time? Even the Sheffield United boss in Slaviša Johankovic says on Aaron Ramsdale, the deal is not complete but is agreed between the clubs. I believe the agreement is close to being done and it can be done soon. So there you guys go. Even the Sheffield United manager has confirmed that Ramsdale to Arsenal is all but agreed, and as Ornstein has confirmed the fact that he has agreed personal terms, as long as Aaron Ramsdale passes his Arsenal medical, he is going to be a confirmed Arsenal player. And according to Sheffield United reporter Nathan Hemmingen on the transfer fee of Aaron Ramsdale, I think the feeling among a lot of Sheffield United fans is that they, Arsenal, have got him on a cheap. £24 million is what Arsenal paying up front for Ramsdale, and Sheffield United fans think that is cheap? I mean, how much do you guys think this guy's worth? Chris Wheatley with more details on the Ramsdale deal. The £6 million add-ons will only trigger if Ramsdale makes a numerous first-team appearances and Arsenal qualify for Europe numerous times. Sheffield United initially wanted £40 million. Hang on just a second, you wanted £40 million, but not Buffon, not Neuer, Aaron Ramsdale. And in terms of Arsenal fans, they don't necessarily have an issue with Ramsdale the player, it's more the price tag that Arsenal have put forward for what's going to be potentially a backup goalkeeper for Burnt end of this season. But regardless of my thoughts on the player, the fact that he's going to play for my club, of course I'm going to have to back him, whether it's Martin Odegaard, Ben White, Ramsdale, Tavares, Lokonga. When you've got the Arsenal badge on your chest, I am going to back you as much as I possibly can, and that is my obligation as a fan of Arsenal Football Club. And unfortunately, Aaron Ramsdale has been forced to limit his comments on his Instagram account ahead of his move to Arsenal after receiving abusive and negative comments. because at 23 years of age, I am willing to give Aaron Ramsdale the benefit of the doubt. But what do you really gain from being abusive about a player who wants to come to our club? I always say it that we are a gargantuan institution, and I mean that. And so of course Ramsdale, the player, wanted to come to Arsenal. It would be a dream come true for him. And in terms of yourselves, if you agree or you disagree about the deal, abusing the player is not the way to go about it. And no matter my thoughts of the player and his ability, I want him to come to Arsenal and smash it apart, because at the end of the day, if an Arsenal player does well, so does my football club. And so you know what, put my thoughts to one side, a massive gargantuan welcome to Arsenal to Aaron Ramsdale. I hope you come to Arsenal and you absolutely rip it apart and prove to Arsenal fans that you are far better than what a lot are expecting. But what's your own thoughts on Ramsdale to Arsenal, and do you somewhat believe in the player, and can he come good at Arsenal Football Club? Okay then, moving on, let's discuss Lucas Torreira, who is returned to London today, and that has been confirmed by himself, as Torreira posted a photo on his Instagram story of a post which clearly shows that he is back in London in the gym. And in terms of his Arsenal career and his Arsenal future, we have somewhat of a breaking development, as Chris Wheatley has confirmed that Lucas Torreira wanted to play for Arsenal this season, but was informed that he is not a part of Mikel Arteta's plans. And as previously reported, Italy remains the most likely destination, with Roma and Lazio both expressing interest. So Lucas Torreira wanted to stay at Arsenal and play for our club, but in terms of Mikel Arteta, he doesn't fancy the player, and you know what, I personally disagree. I personally think that Torreira is a far better player than a Mo Elneny, for example, with all due respect. But Chris Wheatley says, I am told the Uruguayan, who is currently in London, respects the decision made and is grateful for the support from Arsenal fans. Wherever Torreira goes next, I wish him the best of luck. He gave me a great moment as an Arsenal fan, especially that beautiful goal in the North London derby win a couple of years ago. What a day, what a win, 4-2 to the mighty Arsenal. And in terms of the player's departure, Lucas Torreira's agent is in London to discuss the player's future with Arsenal, and Roma are also interested. Oh no, not AS Roma. This is the same club that were broke as for Granit Xhaka and then brought out 40 million euros out of nowhere for Tammy Abraham. And now they want Lucas Torreira. I mean, what are you guys going to offer? A loan with the option to buy or obligation? I mean, that's the best I think Arsenal can get for Roma. But what do you guys think of Lucas Torreira? And if it came down to you guys, what is your valuation of the Uruguayan international, and how much money do you want to see Arsenal get for the midfielder? Fabrizio Romano confirms that Arsenal are still hopeful to find a solution for Willian. He wants to leave the club since May. Arsenal are looking for bids for Willian, Hector and Lucas Torreira, with Martin Odegaard and Ramsdale both imminent transfers. In terms of Arsenal's future signings, it all depends on future sales. And in terms of Willian, apparently Arsenal are waiting for some sort of bid, which tells me they have a valuation on the player. And if so, how much money are Arsenal looking for Willian? And I also believe the future of Willian indirectly affects the future of Reiss Nelson, because if the Brazilian international is to leave, I think that gives space for Nelson to take into the Arsenal squad. And the fact that Nelson came off the bench for Arsenal in the last game against Brentford could be almost an indication that he is set to stay. Chris Wheatley has also confirmed that Hector wants to leave the club, and a swap deal involving Kieran Trippier remains a genuine prospect. While Alexandre Lacazette, Sead Krajnak, Willian and Alex Renarson are all among players who could leave the club before the end of the month. In terms of Bellerin, he has made his intentions very clear, and if he is to leave Arsenal, a swap deal for Kieran Trippier, of course, is also right back. That could be a genuine opportunity for Arsenal, but at 31 years of age, would you guys take Kieran Trippier at Arsenal as a replacement for Hector Bellerin? And even sports journalist Freddie Paxson says that after signings of Aaron Ramsdale and Martin Odegaard, the immediate aim for Arsenal will be to sell players. The club are aware for the need of a right back and a forward, but it will be dependent on the departures. If Arsenal can sell Lacazette or Nketiah and Hector Bellerin, Arsenal could sign 2 more players. And so if Arsenal get their way, Arsenal are still going to be active in the transfer market. But in terms of those positions, what players do you guys want to see Arsenal sign as a right back and as a centre forward? Okay then, moving on to the other Arsenal news today, and starting off with the Arsenal team news going into that crunch game against Chelsea, the European champions. First things first, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who tested positive for COVID-19, he is now negative on testing and is well following all protocols to return to play. He will return to training and is being assessed prior to Sunday's match. Could the Arsenal captain be returning out of nowhere like an RKO against Chelsea on Sunday? Fingers crossed, of course, because as it stands, he would be Arsenal's only senior striker. And in terms of the other team news, Lacazette and Renarson tested positive for COVID-19 and they are still recovering and will not be available for Sunday's match. And Willian has also tested positive for COVID-19 and is adhering to the protocols, and his health and fitness will be monitored ahead of Sunday. So that's Lacazette, Willian and Renison all out for Sunday's game, 3 injuries or 3 illnesses out of nowhere. In terms of Gabriel Magalhaes, his knee injury is progressing well and is aiming to be back in training later this month. Eddie Nketiah's ankle injury is aiming to be back in training in early September, and Thomas Partey's ankle injury is aiming to be back in training again by the end of August. The return of Thomas Partey and Gabriel Magalhaes could play a massive part for Arsenal after the international break. But in terms of Sunday's game, according to Kaya Kayanak of Football London, he says that Gabriel Martinelli is training as a number 9 ahead of the game versus Chelsea. Could we see Pele's godson, R9, stepson and Harry Kane's idol start as a centre forward against Chelsea? Listen, it could be a very interesting prospect, because the last time Arsenal played Chelsea at the Emirates, Gabriel Martinelli, Emil Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka were outstanding. But if it came down to you guys, would you start a half-fit Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang or a fully fit Gabriel Martinelli in that game on Sunday as that centre forward? If Arsenal complete the signings of Ødegaard and Ramsdale, that would make Arsenal the highest spenders in the Premier League this season, with £129 million spent. Regardless of your thoughts on the players that Arsenal have signed, £130 million has been financially invested by Arsenal. That is massive in our recent history. With that sort of money being spent, there will be a lot of pressure on Arteta's shoulders. And so if Arteta cannot get the results right on the pitch very, very soon, do not be surprised if the Arsenal owners and the board intervene and sack Mikel Arteta in this season. What position in the league does Mikel Arteta need to get to keep his Arsenal job going into the future? But that is the video there. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and while you're down there, please do consider subscribing to your boy's channel. If you want to follow your boy on them social medias, then the links will be down below in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC. Ødegaard done, Ramsdale done as well, both going to be Arsenal players. Arsenal versus Chelsea, big time, crunch time, and I will see you guys soon in a bit.